Hi, I'm DelusionDispeller. I'm talking more about symptoms of abuse. So, it's important to note that if somebody was extremely abused and not helped during that abuse, not gotten out of it, not protected, not rescued, it could lead to that victim abusing other children. Especially if they did try to tell somebody, they weren't believed, or they were punished, or they were blamed for wanting the abuse or inviting it, or hurling unfair accusations against their aunt or their uncle or their father or their mother. Another symptom of abuse is depression, and that's probably a really common one from what I've seen in the abuse clients that I have helped and worked with. It's a depression where they don't really feel purpose in life. They don't want to do anything fun that maybe they used to do before the abuse, or maybe they never engaged in anything enjoyable and they don't want to start because it's almost like they feel they don't deserve it, or that if they engage in it, it's going to be taken away from them, or something's going to go wrong. They just don't want to get involved in something that would make them happy or feel fulfilled for whatever reason. They have a lot of anger and rage. We talked briefly about that. The thing is, it's different to get angry versus enraged. Enraged is like, if you've ever heard the term they saw black or they see red, that would be more of what I'm talking about. Enraged, like some of them don't even remember what they were upset about. They just blow up, like totally. You see a lot of this in post-traumatic stress disorder, which a lot of abuse victims can be diagnosed as having PTSD afterwards for obvious reasons. It's prolonged abuse. It was not stopped. They felt trapped. There was no way out. And it's frightening and terrifying to somebody to be in that situation. My heart goes out to everybody that has ever been through that. I've been through that myself, although not to an extent of what some people unfortunately have had to endure. A lot of abuse victims are self-harmers, self-mutilators. They are cutters. They may burn their skin, brand their skin. I'm not saying in all cases, but in some cases, I think some of these extreme body modification people may have been abused as children. I'm not writing that in stone, but I think anybody that can slice their tongue in half, put holes through their cheek, and all that kind of stuff, unless you were brought up in a culture where that's the norm, like an initiation rite or whatever, I would not doubt that some of those people were abuse victims at one point. Eating disorders is another thing. Anorexia, bulimia. That's something that somebody feels they can control, their desire to eat or their choices of what they eat. And they learn to control other people through their illnesses at times too, which gives them a sense of empowerment. It's not a healthy sense of empowerment, but nonetheless, it's one that many people that were traumatized may seek out. We talked about risk-taking and dangerous actions. We don't need to go into that again. That's on my other video. Suicidal behavior, very common with people that were abused. They feel hopeless. They feel dirty. They feel like damaged goods. Like, why am I even here? What is my purpose? Why do I deserve to live? I let him do that to me. I'm such a dirty girl, a filthy guy, whatever. They just don't like themselves. They hate themselves. They loathe who they really are. And they want to die. They don't want to feel that anymore. They just don't want to feel anything. And it's a really scary, sad place to be. When I was younger, I was suicidal, so I know those feelings. I know that feeling of desperation, like there is no other answer other than just not to feel anymore, just not to be anymore. So suicidal behavior is very common. Another behavior as a symptom of abuse is shame. putting the self down. You may run into this with people where they just speak about themselves like they're the lowliest worm on the earth. Just put downs and feeling like they don't deserve to live. They don't deserve any happiness or any promotions or any good things in their lives. They say sorry a lot. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Oh, I knew better. You hear them self-blaming and self-punishing verbally a lot. They never feel good enough. Like, oh, I'm so stupid. I should have known. I should have done that better. I should have been aware of that. A lot of shoulds. A lot of beating up of the self. I'm going to stop there and I'll continue more with this on the next video. Thanks for watching.